just a great win, especially coming off the holiday break, 5 days off. I thought we had 2 great days of practice. I was a little nervous this morning. I thought our shoot-around was a little flat, but I thought we came out with great energy, great emotion. I think we answered the call every time they challenged us and put a run against us. I thought, we answered the bell each time. It just, I could point to different points of the game, but, Abby's obviously triple-double I thought was great today. Marlena had 3 points at half and finished with 27, and Alex had 2 big offensive rebounds. Jenna hit a big 3. So I thought we all stepped up when we had to step up, and that was really impressive to see.
Coach, when you look at 10-1 beside William and Mary, what does that mean for kind of just the progress that this program has made?
Well, I think I think a couple of years ago, Marlena can attest this. I think I probably would have been dancing in the locker room after a big win like this. Not very well either, but I'm hoping. I think we step on the floor each time, and I think our attitude is changing. And even if we would have lost tonight, I think our attitude has changed. That we step on the floor now, and I think we feel we're supposed to win, and we're doing the things that we need to win in terms of practice, in terms of lifting, in terms of conditioning. So I just believe it's an attitude change, and I'm really excited with where we are. But even if we would have lost today, I would have felt that same way.
What were some of the challenges that ECU presented, and what was sort of the game plan going in?
Well, we try to stay true to who we are, and we don't change. We're not trying to change all that much. I mean, Abby can probably tell you that Gaffney was a real tough person to guard tonight. I mean, she was tough. I mean, she knew how to use people's bodies and roll off. But we wanted to run our stuff. We wanted to win it on defense. This was the most points that we've given up all year. Well, I believe we gave up 73 to St. John's, but. I just thought, we wanted to stay true to who we were, run our stuff. I thought the first half, they got into us a little bit. I thought they, did a great job on Marlena. They ran her off the 3-point line, and I thought that we were kind of shying away from getting the ball where we wanted to get the ball, and I thought at halftime we really adjusted to that. So our game plan was to try to win it on defense, to try to not give them anything easy, contest everything, and Gaffney we knew was a tough guard, and Abby had the challenge of guarding her pretty much the entire night. And I thought she did a really good job. I thought Gaffney we lost some 50-50 balls that Gaffney was able to put back in, and but just to stay true to who we were and try to win this game on defense.
Abby, tell me a little bit about the battle down low with Gaffney. How tough was she to defend?
She's difficult to defend. I mean, she's a good offensive player. She's really strong, makes good moves, and just grip to the ball.
And Abby, I think this is two triple doubles in school history, both belong to you, right? What is throughout the course of a game? What has to happen to collect all that?
I guess the beginning of the season, my shots weren't falling, so I've been obviously focusing on defense and trying to help my team that way, just because my shots weren't falling. I've been working really hard to kind of get my make my layups go in and stuff. I'm working on that, so it's nice to see all my progress kind of pay off. But yeah, I'm just trying to be there for my team on the defensive end and the offensive end.
And Coach, tell me a little bit about her. How important was her presence down there today?
Well, it's just, she saves a lot of people. I mean, in terms of on defense, it's you get driven by, she's a rim protector. She's got very good timing, and she changes a lot of shots as well. But it's a great defensive piece to have in there in terms of somebody that can alter, block shots, and the unfortunate thing, I think sometimes it takes us out of good rebounding position. If she's going to block shots, that means somebody's getting driven by. That means we're off balance. But it's just we're just trying to play aggressive defense. We're not trying to funnel anybody to her or anything like that. We're just trying to play aggressive defense, and Abby's got terrific timing and great length, obviously, to make that happen.
There was a key stretch there when I think Jenna hit a 3, and Jenna also had a pass to someone down low. I'm not sure who it was.
I think that was to Abby. Oh, it was Tamar?
It was a backdoor cut.
Oh, I'm sorry, a backdoor cut, yeah.
That was kind of a crucial stretch there midway through the fourth quarter.
Yeah, well, they were teams are doing this. Are real physical with Marlena in terms of, getting up on her and face guarding her and stuff like that. And it could be frustrating at times. So we try to use their aggressiveness against them. And, we just had a backdoor play set up, and that was a huge play. I think that put us up 7 at the time or 5. Yeah.
Marlena, tell me a little bit about what's kind of been the common thread in this win streak for you guys. What's been going so good?
I think our defense, prior to this game, we had been holding people to around 50 points, which is really good for us. And then that's how our offense starts. We want to get force a lot of turnovers and get our press going, which hopefully will create breakaway layups. And then just getting a good inside-out game with Abby and Alex. And they also just set really good screens for me, which helps me get my outside game going.
Is there a New Year's resolution for Tribe women's basketball?
We haven't talked to one. I mean, I think it's just getting better. I think really, it's we got better tonight, and like I said, I thought even if we would have lost this one in the fourth quarter, we were getting better, and we're just trying to take baby steps and continue to get better. And like I've said this before, I still don't think we're hitting on all cylinders, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to continue to get better on a day-to-day basis. So I mean, that would be our New Year's resolution, just each day to get better.
Questions. For Mar and Coach, Mar, first, you've had some games in your career where tonight you have 3 points in the second half and in with 3 points, 3 points in the first half and in with 3 points in the second. But 24 tonight in the second half, it took over. Just kind of talk about that instinct for you, and then Coach, how that helped you guys pick up the win.
Yeah, so I guess I'd say it's kind of a maturity thing. Maybe like a couple years ago, I'd get really frustrated with myself. And just kind of focus on my shot as opposed to like getting rebounds or creating shots for other people. And then I was able to focus and just people set really good screens for me and found me, and I was able to just fight through like the self-doubt kind of and make my shots.
Yeah, I just think she's grown tremendously, especially with mental toughness. I think, we took her out a couple times in the first half, not because she was doing anything wrong. She was being aggressive. She knows that we need her to put the ball in the basket, but we were just trying to give her a little bit of a breather, those couples, But I really thought in the second half she imposed her will on the game, and that is critical, and she's got that ability, and she just settled down, I think, at the half. But, what gets overlooked, she had 4 defensive rebounds at halftime. So although she had 3 points at half, those 4 defensive rebounds were huge as well. But you look for players, especially your leaders, to impose their will on the game, and I thought she did that tonight.
And then the other thing at halftime, you guys had 11 turnovers, so just 3 turnovers in the second half, and the assist numbers I believe were like 7 or 8. So double your assists there in the second half. Obviously, that's when your team is at its best.
Oh, absolutely. A couple of our we traveled, I think, 3 of the first 10 possessions, and then we had 3 offensive fouls also in the first half. So those were 6 of our 11 turnovers. It wasn't really ball handling or taking care of the ball. Just ECU made great plays on defense in terms of taking charges, and we just had a little happy feet going on a little bit on a couple possessions. But we've been taking care of the ball real well, and we need to continue that, and celebrate this one. 10-1 non-conference is terrific, but we wake up tomorrow and everybody's 0-0 in the CAA.
Yeah, and that was what I'll end on. Just, it's going to be night in, night out, kind of a tough schedule with a lot of travel throughout CAA play. But just kind of talk about where your focus is as you move forward with the most wins in the CAA going into conference play.
Yeah, we're going to wake up tomorrow. We're going to lift, and we're going to get some work. Some players are going to get some workouts in, but we're going to start focusing in on Delaware, and it's going to be a similar game to what it was tonight. I mean, they've got they're very well coached. They've got terrific players, and we're going on the road, and we're going to have our hands full. So that's what we'll be looking forward to.